Hey guys, what's going on today? Bojo here, back in NHL 15 to do another Hockey Ultimate team build. And today we're going full out goon with a full enforcer team build. That is right. So I took your guys' advice. A lot of people did want to see the enforcer team build, even though I was already in the process of making it in the last team build. But a lot of people wanted to see that as well. So I decided to bring this to you guys. Now, if you guys want to go see any of my other previous team builds, which would be the NHLers in National League teams, I'm going to leave a link for that in the description right down below, so you guys can go click on that and check that one out. But today, we're going full enforcer. We're going full out goon style. If you just don't care about wins or losses, you just want to go out there and truck the living hell out of another guy's team, you might want to consider picking up some of these guys for your team, just because of their checking is out of this world. Some of these guys' checking stats are just out of this world. So I decided to rate these guys and group them up together by their overall, not by their checking categories. So that's why you'll see the lower end overall guys on the fourth line and the higher overall guys up here on the first. So let's go through the team right now. A couple of which are free agents as well. So the first line here, we got Biz Nasty, Paul Bissonnette, Chris Barch, and George Peros with the good old mustachio there. And all these guys, at least 88 checking above. All of them are free agents. All of them actually go for a good bit of money. And 6'5", 6'1", 6'2" on all those guys over 200 pounds. So a full free agent first line. And you get 94 chemistry on this line, even with a left winger as a left winger playing center. Because there actually are no center NHL enforcers in this game. There is a AHL enforcer, which I will get to in a minute, but yeah, there are no center NHL enforcers in HUT for NHL 15, which is kind of weird. But anyway, moving on to the second line here, we got Peter Bordelot from the Colorado Avalanche. We got Tom Sestito from the Vancouver Canucks, former Philadelphia Flyer, and Kevin Westgarth, a free agent there. So once again, 89, 92, and 89 for their checking categories, 6'5", 6'4", and 6'6" on all those guys. A lot of these guys are very tall and can hit. Their skating might be fairly decent, but these guys can definitely throw the body around. All these are, like I said, NHL players. Moving on to the third line, we got Peluso, J. Rose Hill, and Colton Orr. 89, 88, and 89 yet again for the checking. 6'4", 6'3", and 6'3" on the height for those guys. And on the fourth line, look at the checking on these guys. John Scott, aka the guy who shows no difference in his stats like Sidney Crosby, because the HUT ratings are almost meaningless. Brian McGrattan, and then Emerson, who is a free agent. 92, 91, and 93 for their checking. Absolutely unreal. 6'4", 6'8", and 6'8". My goodness, you do not want to have any of those guys coming at you anywhere on the ice, especially if the HUT ratings are almost meaningless and they could skate just as fast as Sidney Crosby. Look out, get the license plate of that truck. My goodness. So there you go, the team chemistry. Like I said, for the chemistry on these lines, it's pretty good. 94 for the first, 86 on the second, 80 on the third, and then 86 on the fourth, even with no center enforcer anywhere on this team. All left wings and right wings playing the center position, which is pretty cool. Now, if we move on to the defense here, we got Stu Bickle and Radko Gudas. 87 and 87. The defensemen don't have the highest checking category stats. 58 for chemistry on that line. Then we get into, there's actually only four NHL, technically, four NHL enforcers, which would be Sean Brookbank, Gudas, Matt Karkner, and then Stu Bickle. So there's another little fun fact for you guys. But second pair, we got Sean Brookbank and Chariot from the Winnipeg Jets AHL team. He's got 88 for checking, and then Brookbank's got 87, 6'1", and 6'3" on those guys, and Bickle is 6'4", Gudas is 6 foot. Okay, I think Gudas might actually be the smallest player on this team right now. And then the third line, we got Ford from the Nashville Predators AHL team, and then Matt Karkner, 88 at 6'4". And then for the goaltenders, even though there's no enforcer categories for the goaltenders, I just wanted to see how closely I can get some goaltenders in here that have dropped the gloves before, and I decided to go with Ray Emery and Timmy T, 6'2" and 5'11" for those two guys. Flyers fans will definitely know Ray Emery's past with fighting. Timmy T and most people remember that fight between Tim Thomas and Carey Price. And then for the head coach, I decided to find the only silver head coach that actually gives a +3 for the checking, because who wouldn't want more checking on this team? So that's the first part of this full enforcer team build. There actually is enough enforcers in this game combined with the NHL team and the AHL guys to make another full enforcer team. So let's move over to part 2 of the enforcer team build. Alright guys, so here we are back again for part number 2 of this enforcer team build. Like I said, there actually is enough players on the NHL and AHL team combined to make another full, complete offense and defense full of enforcers. There actually is enough, probably enough forwards to make a third offense, but there actually is not enough defense enforcers in order to build another full team. Unfortunately, I think there's only 2 more silver enforcers, and then only I think 2 or 3 more like CHL enforcers. So unfortunately, you can't make a full defense with that. You'll have to make another. You'll have to reuse one of the guys. But going along here, still following the path of the overall ratings for these guys, we're moving on to Luke Gazdig, Eric Bolton, and Zach Stortini for this pairing right here. 89, 88, 89 for those guys. 6'3", 6'1", and 6'4" on the heights for those guys. Moving on to the second line here, we got Fraser McLaren, Tarnasky, and Brett Staubitz. So 2 Toronto Marlies players here. And there is Tarnasky, the only center enforcer in this game, part of the Hamilton Bulldogs and the Montreal Canadiens AHL team. So McLaren 6'5", Tarnasky 6'2", and Staubitz 6'1" right there, and you get 94 chemistry on that line. Third pairing, you got Steve, I think it's Steven McIntyre, Cody Beach, and then Cam Jansen, 88, 84, and 90 for those guys. We got 6'5", 6'5", and 6 foot. So Cam Jansen actually ties Radko Gudas for the lowest height out of all the players. And then on the fourth line, we got Gillies, Johnson, and Rechlitz. I'm not even going to attempt to say that guy's name. 87, 86, and 88 for those guys. 6'3", 6'1", and 6'4" on the heights. So there you go. There's the offense. Moving back onto the defense here, we got Mac William and Nightingale. 6'2", and 6'3" on those guys. 83 and 85. Evans and Roap, 6'4", and 6'2" with 83 checking and 85 checking. And then Bagnall and Soul, 85 with 6'3", and Soul 6'6" at 83 checking. Goaltender, don't worry about Tokarski being in there. You can reuse Timmy T and Ray Emery if you wish. Didn't find any good AHL goaltenders in there that have fought in the past. As you guys can see, the chemistry on this team is only 71, but on the offense, you still have a pretty decent line chemistry other than your fourth line, because you have a combination of AHL and NHL players. So there you go, guys. There are 2 unique full team enforcer builds that you guys can choose to run with in NHL 15 this year. It's pretty much just your pick and choose players that you like that are enforcers in this game. And honestly, you can have pretty good, decent line chemistry and team chemistry with a full enforcer build. Even though there is only 1 center enforcer in this game, you can still use right wings and left wings as your centermen, and probably win a decent amount of faceoffs as well, because enforcers do have a good bit of strength behind them. So you can most likely win a lot of tie-ups and pushes on the faceoffs. So that's a little tip for you guys there. If you want to win faceoffs with enforcers, use the push or tie-up techniques, and that might give you a chance to win some faceoffs. So that's it, guys. There are your 2 enforcer builds that you guys can choose to run with in NHL 15 HUT. Let me know if you guys have tried out any enforcers at all in this game, and let me know if you guys decide to try out this team build, and let me know what you think, because the HUT ratings are almost meaningless. So still, let me see some of the biggest hits that you guys can lay down with some of these awesome enforcers. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, and let me know in the comment section down below for another suggestion for a team build that you guys would like to see in Hockey Ultimate Team in NHL 15. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.